Meet Amy Maryon, a woman who has captured the attention of 144,000 subscribers over the years. An older, fast-talking, and God-preaching woman, Amy's life seems to be an open book on the internet. But is it all as it seems? Amy, a homeschooling mother of several children, has been sharing her life on social media, claiming to be an educator to her children and a frugal homemaker. However, her methods have raised eyebrows, and many believe she isn't cooking or teaching much at all. Her cooking videos have drawn criticism, with viewers shocked at her use of questionable ingredients and disregard for freshness and healthiness. Despite the feedback, Amy continues to serve her family meals that leave much to be desired. Misleading her viewers seems to be a recurring pattern in Amy's content. From embellishing stories to concealing personal struggles, her audience is left wondering just how genuine her online persona truly is. Tragedy struck Amy's life when she lost her beloved mother, and amidst her grief, her husband had already left and been missing throughout the holiday season. However, she chose to sweep it under the rug, moving 600 miles away from her older two children only a few months later. Many viewers have grown frustrated with the length and content of Amy's videos, as she tends to ramble and fill them with unnecessary fluff, making it difficult for viewers to engage with her content. Despite financial difficulties and a questionable ability to maintain a pool in her previous home, Amy recently moved to a lavish $650,000 house in a different state. This move, along with her recent behavior, has left some questioning her mental stability. Amy often asks for input from her followers, but it's time for someone to truly listen and truly respond. The concerns raised by her audience cannot be ignored any longer. As we delve into the life of Amy Maryon, we uncover a woman with contradictions and a lifestyle that seems chaotic and questionable. Join us as we seek to understand the truth behind the persona and the impact it may have on those who follow her. Hello, neighbors, and welcome back to the neighborhood. I'm Squealer D, and I am back again. And this time, just like the intro said, we are delving into Amy Maryon. So let us get started. I hope you enjoy.
Guys, hope you're having a great day today. Look up. It's like you can tune out the neighbors, you can tune out the back, and you can just see beautifulness. It's very pretty and peaceful. Then we had a great weekend. Brooklyn started her first job, which was awesome. So she is working, and when I took her to work today, or that day.
So, Amy, Brooklyn and Jaden are both employed or have been employed shortly, and that's it. They just graduate from your unschooling and they get a job at the Chuck Wagon or anywhere else, no standards. Why did you homeschool your children if they were just going to go and join the average normal workforce of people who went to public school? Tell me, Amy, how does that make sense?
I was like, I think I'm going to go get my nails done. So got to go get my nails done. Found another, like, compared to Ken. I'm like, you did amazing. So it was funny because she was doing my nails and she's like, see that? She took my nail off. I have powder on my nails. She took it off. She's like, see that gray right there? That means it was left on too long. I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's cement on my fingernails. She's like, really? And so yesterday or Saturday I worked. I'm like, all right, I'm only going to do a little bit of this because when I go get my nails done, I'm not going to be scooping up pool towels. I'm not going to be doing any of this mess. So I told her, I'm like, she's like, stay away from the pool towels. I'm like, I'm going to stay away from the pool towels. But she gave me an extra coat. She's like,
Funny story, Amy. How about instead of telling us a 10-minute story about your nails, you take us with you? Change things up a little bit. Instead of telling the same stories over and over again, you can show us new and different things.
Got nails done, get my toes done, and eyebrows, and then I got home. Brooklyn was done working, which was great, so I went back and picked her up, and and then came home and did nothing. Went to bed, enjoyed a nice peaceful night, and then Sunday we got up, we had church and did service, and we had some classes, and people said you have to be classes to be a member. Not classes to be a member, it's more about getting to know the church and seeing what they have to offer. So, and a good thing, that's a good thing. Jaden,
I think that's interpersonal relationships with your church should probably be private, Amy. It's a little stretching for YouTube content, my dear.
She was going on a mission trip. She signed up for it with our old church before we knew we were moving to Florida. And so they actually, it's kind of funny, kind of ironic. They planned to come down, and they were doing like from the Hurricane Ian last year. Like, I was surprised like how much damage there is still a year later from that hurricane. We were looking at photos. I'm like, wow, that's just crazy. And so, and isn't that funny?
So wait, you didn't look up any pictures of hurricanes or natural disasters for Florida before you moved here?
That we were moving to Florida, and she still went on the trip. So we met up with their group at like.
Wait, so the friends that you put all over your video, you advertise friends are coming, those were actually Jaden's friends, not your friends. You tend to mislead your audience, Amy. You allow us to believe that things in life are your things, when indeed they are your family's things. But then you say, this is my channel.
It wasn't far from here at all. They drove right through, so we got to go meet up with them, which was good because then the kids got to see their friends, because they have a couple friends that are doing the trip and that, and so it was good. So we dropped her off, and then they went on their way because they're further south from where we're at right here, and then they're going to go do that for the week, clean up things like that, and then we're actually going to go meet up and with them on their last day here at a beach down there. It's in Fort Myers, so I don't know, we've never been down there. Photos show a lot of hurricane damage, which would be very interesting. So we're going to do that this week. That's something we'll do, I think Thursday we're going to do that. So we'll be doing beach trip on Thursday, which would be nice. So then the girls, Brooklyn and Autumn and I, went shopping. So we went to a couple stores. We did a TJ Maxx, Beals, different, like I think the Beals outlet is supposed to be.
Amy, shopping for children's clothes is your actual job. How, unless you're showing us the content, how is you talking about taking the girls shopping content?
Be really big and good. We went to like a smaller one. They didn't like the vibe. I'll tell you.
It's just because of prescription, and I can't see it.
No, you like to wear your sunglasses. It's cool.
That is the Beals vibe, Amy. Greg is the Beals vibe.
Like, okay, so we did TJ Maxx. Went in there, and they went for clothes. I went for some household things. So I picked up a few things there myself. Like I found like a stainless steel cleaner, that Wiseman stuff you guys told me, because I've been using WD-40 on my dishwasher, which it works. It was cheap, $5 or $6 at TJ Maxx. So I bought some of that.
The Wiseman is the same price as WD-40, Amy, and it was made for stainless steel.
I got a new bed for Maxine, because TJ Maxx beds are really nice. So I got, what else did I get? I got a new rug for our front door. And I purchased a bedding, a blanket, and a sheet set, a new one, just to do something. I don't anything else. I'm thinking.
Let me guess, the new blanket and the sheet set will both go back to the store.
I think that was it from my side. They got clothes. They got a lot of clothes and a lot of cheap clothes, which I was it was nice, because we did that and then we ended up going to the mall. There's a nice outlet mall by us, and like everything was like buy one get two free, you know, this, that, like cheap. Like I was very surprised, and a variety, which was so nice, because we're used to, when we lived in the mountains, there was like one town, and we'd go to it, like our town close to us, sometimes you'd find things, you might not. The girls usually never did, so we would go to like the next bigger town, which was Arden, and they would get some things there, but like still limited. Like it wasn't all the time. Sometimes we'd still have to go to the mall in Asheville or the mall in Greenville. So sometimes shopping is a little frustrating, because it wasn't like you could get everything in one spot. So shopping yesterday was amazing, because we got everything and it was a really good deal.
Wait. You didn't think that shopping would be better in a large city versus a small city? Like the one that you just moved from?
Especially mamas of teenage girls, you know how they shop. They're very particular. They want certain things. Don't suggest too much because, it's pointless. Like, I even went in their closet, like, before we went, and I was like, there was a few things in there. I'm like, didn't I just buy that? There's still tags on it. Why have you not worn that? And so that preteen girl phase where they're coming from, like, preteen to teenager, all my girls have done the same thing, every single one. So I know it's the same. I don't know. I guess I haven't noticed too much boys because boys were always t-shirt and shorts, no big deal. But girls, it's like they'll go and they'll get a certain style, and then after they come home, they kind of like, maybe it changes and they might not wear it. It's just different.
Amy, these are your children. These are not adults. They are your children. You are supposed to be guiding your children. It's your responsibility. It's your responsibility to have patience with them during this time. This is nothing new. This is not something that we should have a 10-minute discussion on, that you took your children, purchased them clothes, and they found clothes when you live in a big, giant city near Tampa, Florida.
So I picked up a few extras, which was nice, and then Old Navy she bought some tank tops she really liked. They didn't have them this year, but they had them online. So we were right in the store. I said, let's look them up, find what you like, and just order them. So we got those orders. So she was good, and then Autumn was good to go shopping. She's more, she's that in between she's above preteen, but early teenager where particular about clothing, which is great, and so her style, those things. And so when she was shopping this time, she's like, I got 5. She goes, I was real good, Mom. She goes, I went in there with 10 different outfits, 10 different looks. She goes, and then I decided which one. So I'm like, that's good, because sometimes she'll just look but not really love anything and just dismiss most of them. I'm like, try this on, this will look really cute, because
could it be the places that you take them? When you shop at a discount store like TJ Maxx, Ross, things like that, they tend to have not always the in style for children. So if your teen daughter wants something that's in style, she may not be able to find it at a TJ Maxx or Ross or something like that. You may have to go to Macy's, Amy, where they have much bigger price tags. But, just like you said, sometimes you have to spend a little bit more for something that's a little bit better.
And for moms and adults, as us women, the same way. Like, I know there's certain clothes I'll avoid just because I don't think they would look good. As I get older, I kind of know what would look good on my body type. I kind of know. But when you're young, it's like you just don't think to try those things, or, you just like, I just don't know. And then you put it on, you're like, wow, that looks really good. And so I remember I was like that. I'm not much of a branch out and try something new. It's like very simple. I wear the same tank style dress, ponytail in my hair, not too far stretching. We did that, and then we went to Panera. And
you should stretch, Amy. Stretch. Not your waistline at Panera, but stretch your shopping, clothes, whole visual aura.
then had Panera for dinner last night, and then came home, and it was just a good day. It was a great weekend getting like those things done. Like I know, and so I was like, it was good to get them done because they're more the serious shoppers, the ones that want things, know what they want. It's going to take some time. Where the other ones, like Maddie, is going to be simple. We're going to be able to go in. She's now moving into the teen phase where she's, you know, reinventing her style, which is good. But things when the boys, they're simple. Like Jensen, he's simple. He's like shorts and t-shirt, Mom, very comfy, and slide shoes. So he's easy. He's like, I got enough. And I'm like, we'll get you some more, Steven.
So you are finished with Autumn and Brooklyn, one and done. And then Madeline, you will do tomorrow, one and done. And you expect them to get everything they are going to wear in one trip. But you and your husband go to Lowe's every single day.
He's more my stylish boy. He wants a specific look, a specific color, specific thing. So I'm like, okay, we're on a mission. So it's like just a few more.
Wait. So you do a fine job of gendering your children all the time. Like you just said, that the girls are more picky and they know they're serious shoppers. They know what they want. And that's why you took them together. And then the boys, they're more easygoing, t-shirts and shorts. But then you go on to say that Steven knows exactly what he wants. He wants specific brands and specific colors and specific sizes. It sounds to me like Steven is also a serious shopper, and because you gender your children, he was not allowed to go with the other serious shoppers and do serious shopping.
To get, which is good. Keep stopping the camera. My nose, my allergens in the morning. Oh, so stuffy. I came outside last night. After I got home, we were sitting out here looking at the pool, and I'm like, my nose just kept like getting so stuffy. And I'm like, I need to go inside. And I came out this morning, and I'm feeling the same thing. So whatever is in the Florida air this morning and last night, making me feel a little congested. So the rain and the allergens.
Yeah.
I definitely will not miss those 2 days.
In the first 3 days I was back, my ears, I went deaf. I couldn't hear out of my ears.
Yeah.
My eyeballs were like bugging out of my head, and they never bothered me.
So for those of you that are confused, this is a flashback to before the Florida move, when Greg told Amy that there are no allergens in Florida, that her nose would immediately clear up. Nice try, Greg. Nice try.
Yeah.
Not that I can recall. Maybe going from Michigan, which is kind of the same way, to here, we didn't notice it. But going from Florida to here, humongous difference.
Yeah. So I'll be excited for no Alka-Seltzer every single day of my life.
Oh yeah, that's gonna make a big difference for you that suffers with allergies.
So that's probably what I meant. Well, that's what I'll not miss.
Yep.
This week is going to be the plans for this week. I'm gonna have to get some groceries. So mostly fruits and veggies. And
one more thing, Amy. You could take a pause and blow your nose. Okay? It's okay to pause. This is real life, like you always like to say.
And milk, bread, and eggs, that kind of thing. So I'm gonna go to Detweiler's. I think it's Detweiler's. Hopefully I'm saying that right. When we went to that place last week, and I was like, wow, the produce looked amazing and very inexpensive. So I'm gonna go there this week. I'm gonna do that this week.
Amy, you do not use produce. You let produce go to waste. Every single time we watch you clean your refrigerator, you throw produce away. Every time.
And what else? Then we're gonna do the beach this week as well. As far as the household, I think this is my week. I feel like I'm rested up, well, ready to go. Greg is out here working on the pool tile, so this is gonna be him. Let me show you what he started on this weekend.
In the wall.
Hey babe, what are you doing over here?
Hi, honey. What are you doing?
What are you doing there? What happened? You were just gonna do
I'm just enjoying it in the pool.
that section of the pool over there, babe, today or yesterday.
Josh.
Then what happened?
I got motivated.
We bought the tiles, so it's kind of like we were gonna wait till when? February, say, and do this?
We're gonna do it after the season, but some structural things came up.
Am I just gonna do a section so that it turned into, how much can I get done in a day? So yesterday you did this right here, which was still a lot of work in like 8 hours, right? That was
I made this wall around.
And on the other side.
Packed all that over to the back corner over there.
Yeah, in like 8 hours yesterday, and then.
So that at that pace, that would have been 1, 2,
That's a lot.
3, 4, 5 days.
Yeah, and then today I'm like, just do a little bit at a time. Well, then we went and got a wood chisel.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking DeWalt.
DeWalt wood chisel. You need to rip up your pool tiles?
Amazing.
Use a DeWalt wood chisel.
Believe me, we know all about the electric ones.
Oh yeah, the $1,000 ones. We debated. We were thinking.
So 1 second. If Greg is working, how can he spend 8 hours in a pool every day tearing it apart? Amy, if Greg doesn't work, it's okay to say that. It's okay to say that you guys didn't move to Florida for his job that doesn't exist. It's okay.
Get 3 days worth. Is $1,000 tool worth it, or just a few days of working?
You got the, what's this, Pebble Tech
Yeah.
liner? So, like Just the stuff on YouTube that I saw.
It was like destroyed.
Yeah, like the electric.
I am sure your neighbors just love Greg out there all day chiseling away right here, just chiseling away with his wood chisel and hammer all day long for 8 hours. I bet your neighbors adore you.
What is it, demolition hammer?
Yeah.
It was just literally
Ripping the whole wall off.
Stuff. So this is much gentler. It's taking a little bit longer, but I got a wider 2-inch DeWalt blade. The best.
Yeah, but literally.
Best chisel. It's meant for wood.
Yeah.
But I swear, the tip has got to be D2 or something, because I am beating this mortar.
Oh, yeah.
It goes good. And then I got myself a really...
He is beating that mortar, and I bet the neighbors are thrilled.
A nice balanced hammer.
And you're
So
flying.
It's striking perfect, yeah. And I've literally...
Been out here.
Wait, how is Greg like work on stuff man and he doesn't already own a nice balanced hammer? Things don't add up in the Maryon house.
Since not
almost
even.
the whole pool.
Yeah, not even 6 hours. Like,
Yeah.
got the whole rest of the pool done.
This has been cracked all the way through, and somebody's just tried to, patch it, replace it, and they didn't do a very good job. So the tiles are nasty there. And then, V-groove these areas out and remortar those, resecure all those.
So, quick question. Greg, did you have an inspector check this house out before you guys purchased? Did you have an inspector check the pool? Why didn't he see this funky areas? Why didn't he see the corner that you had to fix? Why didn't he see all of these things that you're now seeing and tearing the pool apart where your kids cannot even enjoy their summer? It seems to me that either your inspector did not do his job or you, Greg, thought you could inspect and you missed all of these things.
Corners and kind of reflush this entire wall.
You're doing it.
Yeah, so it wasn't just that one little corner.
No, it was like, once you start digging out.
I started swimming around and going, ooh, look at that tile. That tile doesn't look very good.
Like, just ignore it.
Wait a minute, look at that spot over there. That doesn't look very good.
And lo and behold, now we got pool tiles like all on the bottom there.
Yeah, and then that, of course, that leads you to the question of, well, what do? Do you just patch what needs patching?
Like they did.
Hunt for a tile that's the same or...
Every chance you get, you make a jab at the old owners. Amy, it's public record that people buy and sell houses, and you are on a public platform telling 144,000 subscribers that the previous owners of this house did you dirty. Unless they really did you dirty, and the inspector was... all of this stuff was hidden from you, you probably should not be doing that.
Kind of hard to find.
Yeah, or whatever.
That's it. It's going to be in there today.
These are look back at the pool when they first moved in. This was the owner time when they were signing paperwork and first giving us our first glance at the pool in the house.
So it's good. So they didn't see him yet.
Show them the new ones.
They're over there. I'll go take them over there.
That's just
So,
to
but it's
remind
good.
you guys
So
what it
you
looked
can-
like.
I feel like you're going to have this done here.
Uh-huh.
It's only 7 o'clock, baby. Still have 2 more hours of daylight.
Oh, yeah. No, we'll be through most of it, and if we're not through all of it tonight, it'll be a little bit tomorrow. Or whatever.
Scooping up all the tiles and throw them away, and then vacuuming the pool as we're going. So
Yeah, I didn't feel like draining the whole thing.
no, we're going to do things hard, but it's good.
Wait, Greg, did you say you said I didn't feel like draining the whole pool? I dare you to drain your whole pool.
I'm putting my little scuba mask on and going and sweeping this.
Scooping them all out. Well, it looks amazing. I wanted to show what it looked like.
It's coming.
All right, we'll come back tomorrow. Update. So then I came home yesterday, and this is how far he's getting with the pool tile. So it's looking amazing. Look at all the pool tile in the bottom of the pool right there. It's like a big, giant tile. For today, he will be outside working.
So they went and got darker tile. The problem was that the salt was discoloring the old tiles. So instead of getting tiles that the salt wouldn't maybe be seen on, like something that would match the top of their outdoor floor. They got dark blue so that the salt will show up even better. Well done. Well done, you two.
On this, I know, getting this done. So this is going to be his project. My project is going to be, I think, like, I'm going to go inside right now. I'm going to do, like, the cleanup is so quick here. Like, the mountains, I feel like it took me a long time to get everything straightened on a Monday morning. And it, you know, just the way the house was, with the mess we had, that kind of stuff. So here, it just goes so quick. It's so quick. I'll stuff the kitchen, get the robots, go pick up the living room, and then do the bathrooms.
Amy, the cleaning is quicker here because you don't cook. You literally make processed food for your family only at this house.
Possibly start laundry if I have to. But my goal today is to get upstairs and start working up there. We ordered a couch for the, like, it's a theater room. We have to put, they had like a projector with like a theater screen in there. We're gonna put a TV up there and like the kids' gaming consoles, and that can be their hangout zone. So I ordered a couch. I think it should be here in a couple weeks. I hope. I have to check the date again. So my goal is to get up there and like do something with that room, because it's just everything everywhere. Everything everywhere. That room and my office. Those are my next forefront in my mind goals to get done. I'm sure there's other things to pop up. Like, I know there's other things to pop up, but I'm hoping this week and maybe next week I won't like set myself into just this week. I'll stretch it. The next couple weeks I'd like to get those two rooms like at least put together and like manageable and things like that. So that's going to be the week in the Maryon household this week. So I think we're trying to do an outing each week. So the beach is going to be the outing this week. Your food in there. So
I'm going to hold you to that outing every week, Amy. Every week, outing. I look forward to it.
Where I don't know, I think there is enough burrito bowls left for today. They might eat that up for lunch. We'll see, because yesterday we ate out and the kids had the other for the mostaccioli ate up.
The burrito bowls were made last Friday, and this is supposed to be Monday.
This weekend was gone. That was probably my favorite thing on Saturday. In the morning, I put my crock pot out, turned it on low, put the bread out with the breadboard and the knife and the butter, left that out, heated the corn up, and then had that out with the mostaccioli, put plates on the counter. They just went and grabbed their food and ate it. It was so nice. It was so nice and so easy. They loved it. That was a great weekend right there in the Silk River, all hot, warm. Just eat away as you need it. So I'll try to remember that for the next.
Eat away as you need it.
This weekend to do some kind of crock pot meal. And then what else do we have? And then we had Friday. I don't remember. I don't even remember. Burgers. Well, those all went too. So I think there was maybe one or two left over. Maybe one. Yeah, and that's it. And the burrito bowls, there's a few in there. So that'll probably either, we'll see if it gets eaten for lunch or if I have to make a dinner today. So it's going to be good. You guys ready? Okay, I'm done talking. Let's go in and start cleaning up, getting our day rolling, because it's going to be a great day. So I want to get outside. I still do go in the pool, even though there's pool tiles in here. What I'll do is I'll come in the middle and just swim and like not touch the bottom. He's got it cleaned up.
Wait. You swim in there with the grout and the pool tiles broken to pieces. Amy. Oh, Amy. You're going to get cut. You're going to get chemicals deep inside of you. You need to not be using that pool for swimming while you guys are redoing the grout. Wow. Look at the back of those bags and look at the ingredients in that grout. And Amy, that is why he shouldn't have tore your pool apart right now, because you should be able to use it for swimming.
Swept up really good, and we'll be scooping those pool tiles out today to dispose of them. But yeah, I want to get outside in that sunshine today, so gonna be a great day. You ready to come along? Let's go along. I haven't finished my first cup of coffee. Let's finish our coffee and just go have a wonderful fantastic motivation Monday. I don't know, just Monday. Let's have a great Monday, because you know why? Because you woke up, you're here. You might not think you're here, or you might feel very tired. Get in your mind, get some thoughts of like, what can I do today? Sometimes it's hard to think, what can I do this week? Like, think, what can I do?
Get in your mind. Get in your mind, people. Amy, 3 minutes after you said you were done talking, you're still talking about get in your mind.
Think, what can I do for the next few hours in my home? What is my next step in my home? And then think about those things, okay? And then get those things done. And it's going to vary for everybody. It might just start with something, get one thing gone, and it's like, that's going to keep you rolling to feeling productive and getting some things done. And so my goal is to go and get my house done. My kids are asleep right now. It's early morning. I have a quiet house. I have that now. I did not for many, many years. So don't look at my life and go, wow, how does she get up early and get all these things done? If I vlogged 10 years ago, 15 years ago, you would see a different Amy. You would see a very tired Amy, probably a little cranky Amy, and one that just like had to get through her day. Just had to get through her day. It was just forcing a smile and forcing like...
Wait. The tired, cranky, trying to get through her day Amy is the Amy that we see nearly every day. She tries to film as fast as she can and get it done with so she can edit and lay on the couch and scroll through her phone like she always says. That's literally who we see every day, Amy.
Okay, I can do this. Because some days they were hard. There were some seasons that it was just like, am I going to make it? But yeah, I made it. I'm still here. Let's go and have coffee and get cleaning. You realize?
Amy, I know you're going to make it. Make it to whatever you think you're going to make it to. You made it to Florida. You made it, right? I know you're not going to stop. So I'm not going to stop either. I'm not going to stop analyzing your videos and editing them through the fair use. I can see you're going to keep bulldozing your way through. And no matter what advice you get, you're going to do what you want. So I am here for it. Let's watch.
Ready? Let's go. When you look at your kitchen, you're like, where do I even start in my kitchen? So always start on your counters. Try to clean your counters off, the biggest area of your counters first. I was going to put the dishes in the dishwasher, and I'm like, there's only a few in here, so I think I'm just going to wash them. That way the dishwasher is free for the day, and we can fill it up for use during the day. So,
wait, you're not going to use the dishwasher again. Does the dishwasher even work? Or did it get missed by Inspector Greg in the house inspection?
So if you like I know we're like work in progress, and I know we're using things, and when I have like a project, I'm just leaving literally like spray paint on my counter, because then I see it and go, oh, I have to finish spray painting. So I wash enough dishes here so that my day can go a little better. It's always nice to start with a clean sink. Sometimes I fill my sink all the way up and then I leave it for the kids to do. Just depends on the day and what I have going on. So I'm going to choose to wash today and get these all cleaned up real good. I'm going to clean off my coffee pot real nice, clean out the water reservoir. I also want to clean up the one in my refrigerator, the water one as well, like the water pitcher.
Amy, you already said your sink was starting to get marks on it. Save your sink and use your dishwasher. You'll save the planet by saving water. You'll save yourself some time. And you'll save your sink by not sticking all those heavy metal pots and pans in it all the time. You tell your children that dishes go directly into the dishwasher or stay on the counter. And then your sink is not full of things that can harm it all the time. Take care of your sink, Amy. They're not easily replaced.
In there, because I don't do that often. I'm sure I need to do that more often, and so it stays in there all the time, but probably be good to do a good scrubbing on it. So cleaning this up and then getting everything set here, it'll dry, and then the kids can, that's one of the chores, somebody can put away dishes. It works out really good. And then just wiping down the backsplash, things like that in my sink. I need to caulk behind my sink a little bit here. There is a little spot. It looks like the caulk is coming up, and so just need to redo that, because it looks like it's even stained a little bit. So clean that up, which will be really nice. I guess I'm not used to the tile backsplash. I know like in the grout on some of it is kind of dirty. So I'm assuming Let me know, how do you clean the grout out in the tile behind your backsplash?
The same as you would have cleaned the grout in the tile on your floor in your old house, but you never cleaned it.
I'm sure there's many ways. I can probably just Google it, but I'll ask because I like suggestions on there. So I'll just kind of scrub it out here as best I can, clean it up, and then rinse the sink out real nice. And then there is basically a huge pile of
Oh,
stuff.
there it
I don't
is.
have a
The
dustpan, I
grout
don't
from
have a
the
small
old
broom.
house.
Just that big one. So I'm going to use my hands. I know.
If you guys can see the grout, the entire house, she had never, ever cleaned the grout, it seems.
I don't know. It's like I kind of just like this clear up here. The kids, they brought plants down to like decorate. So I'm like, I don't know if I like a plant on there or not, if I just like it open. So I feel like there's enough clutter that clears up the countertops here. So I probably will just take it off and leave it off. I'm sure.
Definitely a ton of clutter, Amy. Everywhere you look, clutter.
Sure, in time I'll do more decorating. I'm just not there yet. Even the stuff on the walls, I'm like not even there. I gotta go get some stuff at the stores, but everything takes time. Everything takes time. It's like you want things done right away, but patience is always a good thing. And waiting for the right time, the right thing to buy is much better than just going off and purchasing everything you think you want and then later deciding to change your mind after. So counters are clean. I have my little...
Everything takes time, Amy. Everything. Like grieving the loss of your mother and moving over 600 miles away from two of your older children. From a home that I think you thought you were going to be in forever. That takes time too, Amy. You can't just bulldoze your way through everything.
Cake platter with some homemade cookies, and then I did put, there's a container of the white fudge animal cookies out because we bought those yesterday. I'm putting those out because those will be...
Wait, you bought white animal fudge animal cookies? Where are all your heavy metal snacks, Amy? You made 22 bags of heavy metal garbage bag snacks. Where are they? Put them out.
For the kids, just so they see them and know they're there versus putting them away in the countertop. And then we've got a couple of those mangosteens fruits here to the refrigerator stuff, you know.
You will not eat those mangosteens. You didn't like them. You teach your children not to like things by having a bad response. Stop buying produce that you're going to throw away.
There's towels on the ground. It's kind of funny. I don't have any rugs in here. And I don't know. I was going to buy some yesterday, but I just don't know if I even want rugs in my kitchen. I don't know. We'll see. I don't mind just the floor. We have some at the door here because obviously...
You need rugs. If you spend time in your kitchen, you need stress-reducing rugs, Amy. I have a really good one in front of my sink for when I wash dishes, and I have a really good one in front of my stove so that when the cooking gets done, your back does not hurt. You're getting older, Amy. It's time to think more about yourself and less about being frugal or whatever it is you call yourself. That towel on the floor is just a trip hazard. If you had rugs, there are certain types of rugs that will keep you from slipping and falling with the wet pool.
Stuff gets tracked in, but do I even want anything on the floor? Not right now, so I'm going to leave it empty. But what happened is when we go out in the morning to have coffee, like we're in the pool, like what I do is I put down a beach towel and then I just kind of shimmy my way into the kitchen. Can I say that? Shimmy my way into the kitchen to make a...
You're going to shimmy your way into an injury. You are getting older and you are going to hurt yourself.
Cup of coffee and then shimmy my way back, and then the floor doesn't get water on it so nobody slips and falls. Refrigerator here, just discovered this. I mean, I knew it was glass, the front of it, but I know some people said just go ahead and use your dry erase marker on that. I'm like, I was afraid to do that, but it's working. So
Amy, this is the literal at least 5th time you have told us about writing on the front of your refrigerator. It is a topic that you bring up and speak on every time you touch your refrigerator. It's annoying. You are going to lose followers. Please stop. I understand keeping people informed and catching up people that don't come, but you have followers that watch you every single day, and your videos are already boring enough without hearing the exact same stories every single day. Please Stop telling us about the refrigerator doors. We know you're never going to fix it. It's a waste of $2,000. What you should do is you should take the refrigerator back, pocket the $2,000, and take your family to the Maryons do Miami and actually enjoy yourself.
We have that on there. So I have my little notes at the top. I just have to write it more in the middle because at the top is where a lot of people open their refrigerator. So, because there's no handles on this. So it's good. And then cleaning the inside out, just wiping out, kind of gathering up things, seeing what I have. We still have plenty of dessert for the weekend. There's a lot of it in there. And then, also we just have a lot of leftovers, not a lot, enough to sustain us through the day today. And then I put my chips in here because I realized leaving them out, it does get soggy. So I just put them in the refrigerator and it keeps them crisp and they get eaten up in the next couple of days. It's not a long time that they stay in here. And then I thought, when I wipe out my freezer in here as well. And then I have some spinach here. I was going through my veggies and stuff too. And some of the lettuce was yucky.
The lettuce was yucky because you don't eat produce.
The peppers, I always buy these peppers and we never eat them. We never do.
You never eat your peppers. They're always smushy.
It's good to have one or two that I use up, but never an entire bag. So note to self, don't buy any peppers. If I do, just buy the big ones so they don't go to waste. And then my spinach here is getting wilty. So
Oh, look at her. She's making sure she pushes her ice back. That's another thing she tells us every time she touches this refrigerator about jamming her hand in there that's dirty from touching everything in the kitchen and jamming at the ice so that everybody gets a taste of her fingers.
I'm going to put that in a plastic bag and put that in the freezer for later for another recipe. This is just the extra. I probably, I have a lot of cheese in here, all my cheese. I probably could put that outside. I don't know. I'm not really into that. How am I going to organize all my freezers type thing yet? So I think just leaving even the cheese, just knowing it's in here.
That's a lot of cheese. But back 2 years ago, Amy used to buy 20 pounds of shredded cheese at a time. 20 pounds. She doesn't cook enough to use this cheese, but at least it's not as much as it used to be.
Just grabbing it out works for right now in my life. Maybe I'll change it for what we put in here, but for now this works good in here. So just wiping out, cleaning out, moving the ice. I think this a couple of my viewers had the same freezer, and I was a refrigerator, the bespoke one, and I was how it doesn't seem like it makes much ice. Well, the ice drops in the back, so you have to.
Oh, there you go. She's telling us about the ice again.
To make sure that you pull it forward, otherwise the ice doesn't make it anymore. So I try to kind of scoop that forward whenever I notice it so it gets nice and full, and then just wiping it down and cleaning it out. Freezers type thing yet.
You missed where.
So I think just leaving the cheese just. It's not a long time that they stay in here, and then I thought when I wipe out
you got to see how hard she leans on the freezer,
and then I have some
because
spinach
when
here.
the door breaks, we have to know.
Some of those.
There we go. Watch her lean on the freezer, because when the freezer door breaks, this is plastic, and when the freezer door breaks, you'll have heard it here first, people. Don't lean your heavy weight on the freezer when you're cleaning and getting things out. Don't do that.
This is just the extra. I probably, have a lot of cheese in here, all my cheese. I probably could put that outside. I don't know. I'm not really into that. How am I going to organize all my freezers type thing yet? So I think just leaving even the cheese, just knowing it's in here, just grabbing it out works for right now in my life. Maybe I'll change it for what we put in here, but for now this works good in here. So just wiping out, cleaning out, moving the ice. I think this a couple of my viewers had the same freezer, and I was a refrigerator, the bespoke one, and I was how it doesn't seem like it makes much ice. Well, the ice drops in the back, so you have to make sure that you pull it forward, otherwise the ice doesn't make it anymore. So I try to kind of scoop that forward.
Lucky us got to hear the ice story nice one more time,
and then just wiping it down and cleaning it out.
That was more wilty lettuce, guys.
And the last thing I'll do in here is just pick up the towels off the floor and then put them in the laundry room, and I'll go back and start a look.
Why couldn't you pick up that towel at the very beginning? Why did you have to stomp all over it the entire time you cleaned?
In just a minute, but for now my kitchen is clean, happy with the way it is right now. The only appliance I leave out here, my coffee thing,
one gigantic garbage bag wasn't enough. Amy had to have 2 gigantic garbage bags.
Drink that every day, and I like it right there. The Butler's pantry, I feel would not be a convenient place for us because we like it in the kitchen, and then we have our toaster out because they pretty much have toast or bagels every day, and then my bread.
Your children and you, Amy, should not be having toast or bagels every single day at all. for any reason.
Machine. I'm loving utilizing my bread machine. I'm so glad I did not get rid of that because I had that in the mountains and I just didn't use it that much. And so it is really nice to be having a loaf of bread for dinner whenever we want to make it. So that I definitely will be utilizing more versus like just once a week. So that I'm just leaving.
I look forward to seeing you utilize your bread maker more instead of buying so much processed bread, Amy. I really do.
On the countertop because I like it just easily accessible. And then the other thing I'm going to do is...
Wait, quick question. I've been wondering, why do you keep things like paper towels and foil underneath the sink? That's a wet area, and you should not keep things that touch food underneath there. It just doesn't make any sense to me, Amy.
The trash. We had full trash can, and then I think we started filling a bag on the floor and just left it here. Now it's been accumulating. So
oh, yay. Look at her. She's putting trash juice into the sink where she also cooks and stirs her food.
I'm going to finally take it and go put it out so that way we can take the trash out for the day. So just a quick look around on everything. I have a candle here. I forget to burn candles here. So
she's going to do a quick look around all of her cupboards like she always does. She's got to touch and look at everything.
I have a nice coconut one here that I got from my mom's home. So I got that one. So I'm going to burn that because that'll smell nice and Florida-like, I guess is the word. I mean, I liked it in the mountains too, but...
Candle from your mother. Amy, talk to somebody. You've experienced, I'm going to say it straight to you, Amy, talk to a therapist. You have experienced a lot of trauma in a short amount of time. You need to speak to somebody outside of your family that will not judge you, that is not the camera. You need to speak to a professional.
Florida-esque vibes. So something else, yes. Not bad for the organization. There's a few things that the kids are like, I don't know where to put it. I don't know, like that corner cupboard is kind of like the who knows where to put it, kind of throw it in that cupboard, but it works. We're going to get there with everything. So I'm finished in here. I had some cereal that we've had for a few weeks, so I'm just throwing that away, unfortunately, because I know it gets soft.
So is that like the cereal that you used in your garbage bag snack mix that Greg told you not to buy because your kids don't eat Cheerios, and you responded with, my babies do? Amy, listen to Greg when it comes to food. Sometimes he does know what he's talking about.
We just have to put it in the refrigerator or in a container. I just ordered some new containers. These ones I got off Temu because I ordered other ones, and they're going to be coming hopefully this week, and I'll get those.
Amy, you have 144,000 subscribers. You have a responsibility to not just buy from any company. Temu is a horrible company. They have slavery. They actually have products that you're purchasing that were made by slaves, people working against their will, people working and not getting paid. Do you understand why you're getting the products for cheap? Do you understand that China is stealing your information straight from the app? Stop using Temu and stop promoting it to 144,000 subscribers. It is not a good company for America.
You ask a question, I did not respond. Please ask it again. It's just that the day has gotten by me. It's just me doing it. I don't have anybody moderating my comments. I don't have anybody helping me out. It's just me as a mom doing this whole YouTube channel, and it's a lot of extra work. People have teams doing it for them.
Wait, I understand that having a YouTube channel is work, right? You have to do work. She said it's a lot of extra work. Extra work from what, Amy? You have no other job. This is your job. This is how you work. This is not extra work. It is your work. That means you should not be done with the day before noon. That's not how people work. You think that you can jump on here and record a bunch of fluff, a bunch of talking to the camera for 20 minutes, take 1 hour to edit and be done for the day, and that should pay your mortgage. That should pay for everything in your life, and that is not right. What do you need a team for? You sit here and babble for 20 minutes. What is there to edit? I learned enough to edit your videos in 2 days, Amy. You don't need a team. You need to stop manipulating people and stop pretending like this is so hard. You record your life. You do not do rocket science, okay?
Then because it's smart, you can do it, you can outsource things. I'm not, it's just me. I haven't felt led to have other people help just yet. Maybe I will in the future, we'll see. When I set up my Amazon store, I don't know, was it last year? No, more than last year, a couple years ago, it wasn't an easy route to add Amazon products to it. Like I had to type in, if I had a cup.
This is a perfect example, ladies and gentlemen, of Amy not caring about her viewers. We are the reason, the people who have been viewing her all these years are the reason that Amy has the house that she lives in. She purchased that house with YouTube money. My view and your view are what pays her rent. And Amy, instead of understanding that and understanding that we deserve a good video, she gives us whatever she can just to get done for the day. And then when we ask her what item she's using, she doesn't have the time to post the link from her store because it's too difficult. But now that it's not difficult and Amazon has made it easy for her, you better believe that Amy will have all the links available for you to click on and buy so that she can make money. Because when Amy is making money and it's easy for her, everything's a go.
A specific cup, I'd type in that name and then it would bring me up a bunch of random ones and I'd have to search through and try to find it. So it was like a pain in the butt and it took a lot of time. Okay, I haven't added things in a long time at all. And I just went on there this weekend and realized they've updated and revamped the software. So now there's this little tab you just click, my Amazon orders, and I can go through and add anything that I had purchased on Amazon to my Amazon storefront. I'm like, how much easier. So they just made it.
So years later, now guys, if you wanted to see what she had, you can check it out in her Amazon store and she'll earn a little bit of money for each click that you click.
Way easier. So I went on there this weekend and updated everything. I went through and kind of got rid of a few things that I haven't had over the years and then added all the new stuff that I've purchased that I can try to remember. I went through as much as I could in the last year or two of things that I've purchased that I really enjoy and put it on there. So you've asked, that's on there. So I finally did that this weekend. So it just takes time. Everything takes time. And if you're not on the up and up, then you just don't know. And that's how I was. Quickly pull the pin feathers out of the couch. For those of you that are new here, what happened was I got this couch, and it's a good quality couch from Ashley Home Furniture. But after sitting on it for a while, some of the stuffing inside just kind of went flat. So I was like, I need to get some stuffing and fill this. So my thought was, I'll just buy some. Well, they came with these big giant pillows, and we never really liked the pillows. It was one of those things we always moved out of the way. So I thought, I opened them up one day, and they had these little pin feathers in it. I'm like,
I'm guessing that bench was sitting right there because the kids won't sit on the pincushion couch. Could you imagine sitting on a couch and every time you sat down it poked you? I could not. I would not sit on that couch. Amy, spare us all another time telling us this story. This is another story you tell all the time. Spare us and get a new couch. I told you in the comments before you brought this big disgusting thing to throw it away. You wasted half of a U-Haul truck with this big uncomfortable pincushion. It's dirty, it's old, and it pokes you every time you sit down. Maxine doesn't even want to sit on the couch anymore. Throw the couch away. Get a couch that fits this small size living room. Your living room looks like a game of Tetris right now. It looks like you are on the final level of Tetris and you're moving things around. It's ridiculous.
Oh, that's what they stuff that with. That's kind of fun. So I thought I'll just stuff my cushions with that. Yeah, no. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. So I put that all inside these cushions, all of it, shoved it in the corners, made it all work. Yeah, not a big mistake, because then what you do is you put them in there, they're flat. Well, as you start sitting on it, the pin cushions start poking through the couch. So I spent a long time pulling them all out. And then before we moved here, I decided I was going to get pillowcases.
Imagine saying you're a busy mom, but you waste your time picking feathers out of a couch that actually hurt you if you sit on it. Wow.
Fill them inside the cushions. Well, that doesn't work because the pillowcases are only so big. Like, put pillowcases on the outside and then re-put the stuffing in it, because there's so much. I thought I would just clean out the stuffing. Yeah, it's just like, it would be impossible because there's so many feathers. So I had them good where we're like sitting on them and it wasn't coming out. And well, then we moved. And so a lot of the stuff, the cushions got smushed together. We had to put it between things to fit on the moving truck, lots and lots of weight on things, and they just shifted and moved. So now when they're back on the couch, all the feathers are all back out again. So I'm like, yes. So the other option is to completely empty them, clean out the cushions, it's an undertaking, and then
So once again, you have wasted minutes of our lives on a pokey couch. Crazy, Amy. Crazy.
Just all new stuffing, which would get very expensive. It's something that maybe in time I'll do if I get sick of it. But for myself, I'm like, once a week, just come over here, and where the feathers poke through, just pull them out, throw them on the floor, and the vacuum will suck them up. So it's my reminder, don't do that ever again. And I can laugh about it and I can smile about it, because you know what? I'm human and make mistakes. So this is the rug I got at TJ Maxx yesterday. It just says hello and has that. I take it outside, but the camera always gets so foggy. So I'm just going to go out. There's one out there already. And then just check it out.
I do not like the rug. And I want to say, Amy, you're sabotaging your brand. When you insert fluff like this, like, it's one thing to show us your new rug. It's another thing to spend 10 minutes by your front door talking about the things by your front door. Okay? A new rug takes seconds to show, and you take 10 minutes and lament on it. Amy, move on and stop filling your video with fluff. You are going to lose followers. You already have an entire site that talks about this, okay? You know this. Stop driving people away from your channel. That is not the point of being a YouTube mommy vlogger.
It's so dark over here. I think one thing I need to do is sweep up my porch or leaf blow off my porch, which I will. So I'm like putting it down. There's just stuff everywhere. I'm like, okay, that will be today I'll get out there with a leaf blower and blow it off, clean it up. So that's out there much better. And the other one's just old. So I think we're good over here. I got piles of stuff for the kids to put away. I'll let them do that. I need to wipe this up too. I'm going to have them clean the mirrors off that.
Make sure you go through your entire house and tell us every single little thing that you have to do and touch every item, Amy. Make sure you do that for the video. Maybe you'll have an hour and 52 minutes next time.
My bag for library sitting over there for now, just because that's what we're doing. Down here is good. I'm going to get the vacuums rolling, let it clean up, and then we will, let's go clean the guest bathroom, which takes 2 seconds. The pool bathroom, which is not even dirty. See if I got any laundry to throw in, and check the hallway, the butler's pantry. I think that's a good thing. I need to change out the lights. I need to get up there and change out. What if my step stool will reach? There's like just one right here. It's still the one I got for my fan. It's like the old yellow style one too.
So you've lived there for weeks and you still haven't done light bulbs, but the pool is tore apart. Don't worry about that.
So I couldn't update that, but it's good. So maybe today I'll do some light bulbs too. This down real quick, and then it's good to go. And I'll check my hallway pantries. That was like every time I open this closet,
So that was the new mirror in the bathroom. Amy, put the old mirror back. The mirror that came with the house was much better.
And strip hook is on the ground, so obviously just.
And every single time you hang those things on a command strip, they fall, stop hanging them on a command strip, or hang less on each command strip. A command strip doesn't hold 32 aprons, Amy.
Didn't stick very well. Maybe I have to get another. I think I put a second sticky up there and it just did not hold. So I will just put all my aprons on one side. That works. Now the whole bathroom is lit up. We have the fire alarms hooked up with our security system, so they installed ones where we need one, but then there's like a big spot up
You need to be careful up there,
plug it
Amy.
in.
You be careful. If you fall, how will you film everything and keep your channel going to pay your bills? Don't fall.
Put it up. Okay, I got that up there. I wasn't sure. It wasn't going in like super smooth, so you just had to give it a little push. It's up and in. So now I'm like, yay, I got that done. So ladies, you don't think you can do something, you just stretch yourself and try again, see how well you do with this.
Ladies, do not stretch yourself on a ladder and see and try and try and try. Do not do that. You'll be better off paying the money to hire somebody to have them do it. You will hurt yourself and you will regret it. Trust me. Do not do what Amy told you to do, ladies.
So good. All those, I think everything's replaced down here now. So that's a great thing. Okay, so that was my one of my random things I had on the marker board on the refrigerator was to try to change those light bulbs and that fire alarm. And I did it. So yay, that's done. Awesome. So now what I'm going to do is something else on there was tighten the bar stool. When I put my bar stools together.
Okay, so these bar stools are in one of the main areas of your home, Amy. This is one of the areas that people would see if they came over and visited. And you got cheap Amazon bar stools that are rickety and wobbly, and your 6 hard grown children are going to break them. Have you ever heard of buy nice or buy twice? Amy, stop buying cheap items for your house. It makes your $650,000 house look like the Goodwill. It really does.
The first one, I don't know. I'm sure I was exhausted and tired and, exhausted. I know I was.
You're exhausted for everything, Amy. Everything you do, you are exhausted.
So I'm just going to tighten it just because it's a little wobbly and I don't want it to break. Make some breakfast. I'm just going to fry some eggs. And I've got a bunch of vegetables. What I did this weekend is I just took my sweet potato, broccoli and cauliflower, and then my little Mexican corn and heated it up. And then I just fried an egg and put.
You and Greg do not each need 3 eggs. You do not need 3 fried eggs, Amy.
On top and I had it with salsa. That was delicious. I'm going to make this egg for Greg on a bagel. Something simple. This is my breakfast. I just throw lots of veggies in there.
Your plates are too big for you, Amy. That is why you've gained so much weight over the last year. Your plates are too big. You are taking in too much sodium and too many calories at every single meal.
And put a couple fried eggs and salsa. This is good. It'll fill me up for a while. Whereas you can see it's like 10 o'clock. We have the late, slow starting mornings here in Florida, and I'm okay with that. So most I fit in my nose right there. I see that.
Nice egg on your nose. But slow starting mornings, Amy, you have been having slow starting mornings way back since Christmas time when Greg wasn't around and the kids were sleeping all morning. You are the queen of slow starting mornings.
Most of our day kind of starts a little bit later, and that's good. Slow moving time. So I'm going to sit down, Greg and I are going to eat breakfast together, and then I'll continue onward. We're just going to start our day with some coffee and talking.
Cool. Hello, everybody.
We had breakfast outside.
We did. It was a nice start.
It's a little toasty. It's getting toastier where I thought it was going to get cooler this week.
Yeah, we were.
Look at Greg's clothes. He's got his swimsuit on out and about. Yay, Amy.
We're eating breakfast and drinking coffee outside at 9. It was what, like 100? Maybe. Yeah, I think.
That sounds miserable. Eating food, drinking coffee, and doing it outside in the 100-degree heat at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock in the morning. Sign me up, said nobody ever.
I think your heat wave is sort of moving
its
westward.
Way out.
and sort of leaving us.
I like how he keeps blaming it on a heat wave. Like Florida isn't a heat wave. Like, it's Florida. It's hot.
But it's been
still pretty hot.
A little bit rainy, so it's been humid.
Yeah. I told Jane's little group that came down, I'm like, oh, you guys are lucky. Last week was 110 real tail. This week it's only 100.
They're going to be busting it out
toasty.
there.
So we decided Greg is working on the pool, which I showed you this morning.
Mm-hmm.
It looks great. So you need more hydraulic cement.
Yeah. Or thin set mortar.
Thin set mortar and some grout. So he was like, do I go later or do we go now? I'm like, why don't you just do it now?
I'd rather get all the supplies early and just be able to jam.
Yeah. So we thought, let's take a break and run real quick because it's literally 10 minutes away. The best store ever.
Greatest.
Did you say the greatest store ever?
No, the distance.
I was trying to catch you.
Okay, here we go, people. Another thing they do every single time they go somewhere together, they're going to argue about Lowe's and Home Depot and which is better. Let me tell you, Amy, they're the same. They're both big box stores who do not care about you. You could go to Lowe's, you could go to Home Depot, you could go on Amazon so that you could read the reviews. It doesn't matter. It's all the same. And your guys' petty arguments are going to turn into real arguments. That's what happens with couples. You start as a joke and it turns real. It escalates into something it doesn't need to be. It's petty and it's annoying to your viewers. Some of your viewers, Amy, love Lowe's, and some of your viewers love Home Depot. And guess what? It's okay. But when you argue with your husband about which is better, you make it not okay. And then we don't want to watch your video. So if you want viewers, Amy, perhaps you should find another little joke to joke with your husband about. Just my advice.
The distance in between.
Lowe's, people.
So
we have a Lowe's right
hopefully
here.
we'll get a Home Depot in real soon.
I don't think so ever. I don't think I ever would protest that. I'm just kidding. Okay, let's go and get
Wherever you have a Lowe's, there has to be a Home Depot.
We'll see. Down the corner and around the
It's
bend.
like yin and yang.
We'll see. We'll see. So we're going to go get some cement.
So they are getting more cement for the pool, and they have been at Lowe's for about, every day for the last 3 days. Why did you buy a $650,000 house that needed so much work? I don't understand. Why? Why would you do that? You weren't looking for a fixer-upper. You said Greg had a job. That means he doesn't have time to be doing a fixer-upper. You don't have time to be doing a fixer-upper. You homeschool 6 children, or 4 children right now. Why, Greg, did you buy a fixer-upper when you could have bought something like this? This is a house in Parrish. It's a new construction. That means nobody's ever lived in it. It's less than Amy paid for her house. It's only $620,000. I know, it's a lot. But it's also in a gated community. And it is on, if you look right there, it is on the corner. So it only has one neighbor. And it's beautiful. If you look, we're going to take a good look at it, guys. So it's got 5 bedrooms and 3.5 baths with a large bonus room. It's on a corner lot and it's fully fenced yard. The HOA fees, guys, are only $170. It has 3,349 square feet with sliding glass doors. It's got the primary bedroom on the main, just like Amy's, with a walk-in closet. It's got all of the hurricane and storm shutters that Amy has. Everything's the same. And the HOA includes cable TV, pool, internet, private road, recreational facilities, and all of that for $170. Guys, that's less than what I pay for the gym every month for my family. And this house is Amy's dream home. It looks like a modern farm home, like what Amy would want. I don't think that either one of them actually thought about what they wanted in the house. These bedrooms are way bigger. The children have to share bedrooms, so they need a bigger area. right? This bathroom is better than Amy's, and I'm not saying they would pick this house in particular, but there were tons of new construction that were just like this, with the same offerings, so that Amy wouldn't have to upkeep a pool. For $170 HOA fees, she would not need to have a pool in her backyard. They would live in a gated community where she could trust that the kids could go where they needed to go, to the pool, to the gym. Look at this garage. Already there's a workspace for Greg. It's huge. It's bigger than theirs with a workspace in there. This is the kind of house they needed to be looking for. A house that worked for everybody. It has a sunroom and the backyard for Maxine to play in.
Glass backboard.
No, that's not
No, that wasn't it.
Instead,
You
they're
got the
stuck in a
turn-down bag.
fixer-upper,
Remember?
arguing
Was it
about
here,
grout.
people?
Yeah,
What
I
was
don't
last
remember
week's
if it was
video?
here or if it was at my awesome store.
I don't know, the awesome store.
Because it was like in here.
Like great spray on grout sealer. Yeah, where was? Let's go down here. Yes, it is. Thank you, Jesus, right there. That one. It was taped. We need every little bit that we can, so we'll put that one back. Here it is. How many of those? Just two?
I feel like I should get 3.
Yeah, get 3. We always bring it back. Last time.
Okay. Amy, I don't know what confused you, but Greg is not a pool guy. He never knows how many of anything you need. When you guys re-cemented your driveway, he did not know how much cement. He, of course, does not know how much grout. He did not know how much tile. Greg never knows how much of anything you need. It's partially because he is not a pool guy. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He only pretends to know what he's talking about. And he's not even good at that, because most answers are only a Google away and he doesn't do it.
Every single
Yeah,
one?
and this is this had the submersion, right? With the
Oh, the additive stuff
the
you need,
additive.
right? So we got to go get that polymer.
no,
additive.
I got like a huge thing of it still.
You don't need that much.
I don't think so.
You have one mixed with poly right there where your thumb is.
Where is it?
Right, keep going down. Touch right there.
You should not have to look at the back of what you're buying when you buy it for the second time. Or even for the first time. You should be sure of the product you're getting because you are grouting a pool. This is a lot of water that your children get into. So you are risking your children's health and the structural soundness of your entire backyard. I think this is something you want to get right, not something that you want to get off the back of the bag.
Go up. See that underlined word? Right down. When mixed with MAPI's polymer additive.
Water immersion.
Yeah, there we go. And a sponge.
Just making texture to it.
Nice.
Or these are
Smooth.
the underwater grout.
Do they sell it here?
It's a polymer grout, so it's gonna be more.
Dogs not happy inside Lowe's. Okay.
Oh, did he bump into a girl?
A girl.
Dog?
Oh, did he bump into a girl, dog? How old are you, Greg? Literally, you're 50 years old. You're inside of Lowe's in a rash guard, laughing about a dog.
Look at there, see it?
Yeah, that's so bad.
The things that
I'm
bring
sorry.
us together.
No, I laugh.
The things that bring you together are probably also the things that tear you apart.
I don't know if to say that. Okay, now's the choice. Which
Which grout?
I'm gonna have
We
to.
determined that white
It's only too like it
is
pops
gonna
it too
draw
much.
your eye more to
The bottom stuff. Right.
so the pebble tech is sort of leans like towards the brown,
Yeah.
like lighter aqua-y brown. But we want the blue tiles to tie in
To the top.
So
So
if we go with the white mortar, it looked like it was pulling your eye down to the white. So we're gonna go with some kind of a gray or a silver.
you don't really see it.
Yeah, back up to the.
I don't know, but I don't know, guys, but I cannot just sit here and watch this guy in this outfit tell me anything about what draws your eye or is anything in design. I just can't. I can't do it. I can't take it from him.
Stone, because we want the blue and the
To look better, yeah. And you could tell with the way he put the, whatever it was, the mortar to the wall.
Where the tile mortar.
So which color do you go with? Iron or, that's like the
I
dark.
kind of like that one.
This is more brown dark. Do you go real dark?
Look, if it goes real dark.
Oh, you just said you liked it, babe.
It'll be neutral. It'll be just like all blue.
Okay.
So if we want something to highlight,
Iron, simple.
I think your iron's gonna be.
Grab it up, baby. Okay, so he saw
Grab it
that
up, baby.
it mixed with water, but I said, what about this one? Because it has. What
Oh,
about
now
it?
Amy's going to give
Quartz would be a little
suggestions.
shiny.
Yeah, a little bit more.
But he pulled out his phone to like look it up on his phone. He's like, no internet in here. Worst store ever. And I said, you just gotta have the
Worst store ever.
I said you gotta have the secret code and the login for the Lowe's app. That's why.
Yes, but when we were getting our
There was a worker behind them as she was like, worst store ever. They're the worst customers ever. And now Greg's going to tell another horrible story.
Whatever.
washer and
they don't have to
dryer,
know that, babe.
Yay.
Amy was sweating because she
I was
couldn't
sweating.
look something up, and I was the one that discovered. Oh, you
The
gotta
Lowe's-
go get the
Lowe's
secret
app.
login password. Now she's rubbing her.
This is Amy. Amy and Greg. They find something little like this, like the password, and who found it out first. And they have to push it in each other's face. And this is how relationships fell, because it doesn't matter, but they're both going to bring it up all the time, multiple times.
Her face like she discovered the secret.
Well, my phone's still heavy. Yours must not. We're just kidding.
Yeah.
That's really weird.
It
so.
is weird. Okay, so no good on this.
Okay, so none of the
It's,
quartz. Doesn't mix with
it's,
water.
Intermittent wet.
Well, that saves us
Yes.
$25 a container, so it works. All right.
It would have saved about 25 minutes of time if you wouldn't have suggested that, and he wouldn't have had to Google it, and we wouldn't have had to talk about it. You are not a pool guy, Amy. Why did you suggest it?
We're going to get this stuff.
But what we should do is read if we have to add our polymer additive to this as well. Or can we go with water?
To go in water?
Yeah, cause, well,
Why didn't you read that beforehand, Gregory? Why?
or can you mix with water? Because that was the secret on this stuff.
Is
It's
that-
like if you went with water, then it wasn't going to be good for like submersion.
Oh.
So if you use the polymer additive, you know.
But it would tell you on here, which is
it
interesting.
told you on here, so that's what I'm saying.
It's not on here.
We need to read on here and see if
Yeah, there was none. We read it already. Like you can do a sealing. You wouldn't do a sealer, would you?
no, it says you don't have to, but you can because it's not sanded. It's like a polymer.
Okay.
It's like Dumb and Dumber.
And do not use harsh cleaners to clean it. Remember that when we're trying to get the salt water off next year. Just kidding.
No, you're not kidding. Next year, that salt water is going to look like mountains across that blue glass all over again. And Greg's going to want to tear it apart again if he's there.
Covers your mildew if you can't get it out of your grout.
Look at that, people.
Buy it, Amy. Buy it. That is what you need. Buy it.
Well, I feel like that's a good thing. Instead of bleaching it and it doesn't come out still.
Mm-hmm.
You'd have to have white, though. All right, that's like $10 right here at Lowe's, people.
$10. She won't buy it.
Nice. It says lots of colors. Okay, so we picked up also when we're walking by, we need a power strip. It was on the list.
She didn't buy it, guys. She didn't get the grout pen. Her grout will look like the grout in North Carolina soon enough.
Like we made a list last month of little things like to pick up, and one was a power strip for the garage for all the chargers. And then the girls got a little, what is it called? Google Home holder for their outlets, but like the little plate on our outlet was so big it didn't fit. And so they're like, well, that was a waste of $2. And I'm like, I think the cover's like 10 cents. So I got them 2 covers so we
Frugal like their mom, huh? That was a waste of $2.
can put those on there. I'll show you that when we get home. All good deals. We're all going to be ready to go, right?
We're ready.
Perfect.
And what gets me is like when we come into Lowe's, we pick out what we actually came for.
Okay.
And then I always say, baby, is there anything
Of
else?"
course
And
there's
then
always.
The first reaction is always, nope, we're all set.
And then we walk by and see everything.
And then
I remember.
by the time Amy gets through it, we have
Way
all
more.
kinds of good things.
Well, I try to have an ongoing list in my brain, but that always doesn't remember things. And
so
then
I get
No, it always doesn't remember things, Amy. It never remembers things.
I remind you of what we need.
I have things on my phone. I just was like, oh, I'll get it later. So today was the day to get those things.
Yeah, and
Looked into like power strips.
yeah, we just got an ugly situation, and I mean, yeah, it's fused in the box, but I like to have these industrial strips where
One's
they're separately fused, so you know if you're overloaded.
Right.
Wow, guys, Greg just mansplained all about a power strip and how it's fused right there separately and not at the box. Thanks, Greg. I needed that information today.
So it's going to be good.
That's a good thing to have.
So that was it. And then we looked at shades. I think I'm going to order them on Amazon, but
Don't order your shades on Amazon. What happens if they come in the wrong size? If you need an 8-foot shade and then they mail you an 8-foot shade and it's all broke up, are you going to send it back and wait for them to mail you another 8-foot shade? Like, it's hot. The sun's going to come through those shades. Just go in there and get yourself some good shades from Lowe's or Home Depot. You were just in there. Go.
looked at the price and took a picture of them so I can get new shades in the house because they're see-through. They're nice. I guess they're like stylish. That's like a whole boho look, but that's not my look.
Well, I had no idea that you could get blinds that were.
And Greg also had no idea that Amy didn't like boho style blinds when he bought the house and didn't check that it had no blinds on any of the downstairs windows. He just didn't notice. No inspection.
Remote control.
Yeah, we need a remote control one because above the stairs there's
Oh,
like
it's
a little,
30 feet up.
yeah, and like Maxine is so funny. The sun comes in, she sits right on the stairs in that sunspot like
She
a certain
loves
time
it.
every day, and I'm like, you poor dog.
Yeah, she is a poor dog. Take her for a walk. You always use the excuse that Maxine isn't nice. Maxine isn't nice because she's not socialized. Maxine should be taken on a walk every single day. Maxine should be socialized around your neighbors. If she gets out and bites one of them, you will be liable. Maxine lives in a different environment now, and even it doesn't, regardless of her breed, she needs to be socialized and walked. Yes, poor dog. She's overweight, poor dog.
Yeah, but it eats that whole
It does.
stair area.
And it's like, so we're thinking a remote control blind up there so that we can just open it when we want, keep it shut the other time.
I didn't even know they existed. I was
So then Greg's like,
what?
well, I said, do you have a ladder that tall? He's like, well, I'll just go from the outside of the house. I'm like, well, don't you think the window's locked? But maybe not.
How would you put a blind on from the outside of the house? He's going to put the blind on the outside of the house? You think that the remote control blind will work on the outside of the window?
I would think
I
it'd be
said, would
locked.
a window 30 feet up in the area of a needle lock?
I
don't know.
I don't know. So I'm going to go home and look that up. I have no idea. So let me sneeze.
Greg, does a door that's 30 feet up off the ground need a lock?
Allergies. Okay, ready.
All right, let's go.
Let's go get.
There aren't any allergens in Florida, Amy. Greg said so.
Something else that we always get when we're out.
You know what it is.
You know what it is, people. Culver's. No, I'm just kidding. No Culver's. No Culver's. We had a good breakfast. We're trying to eat better. You know, trying to eat better with our
Come walk with me while we put this
Panera bread and everything else we had yesterday.
Oh, you did Panera
I
last
did
night.
Panera. I had a veggie sandwich though, so I
Was
feel
it
like that's...
delicious like you remember?
Oh, yeah.
It's been a while since
Panera's
you
pretty.
did
Yeah,
Panera.
we went. Autumn was saying it was funny. We went with her little best friend that she has there in North Carolina. Like the first time meeting her, it was weird. I was like, "Do you think it's weird to come to the restaurant for her birthday?" I'm like, "We didn't even know him."
Are you asking if anything you do in regards to your children are weird? Amy, you have 10 kids. 4 of them are nowhere near you. You have 6 kids that live with you. Nothing you do with or about your children is not weird. Normal is not 10.
But she ended up being her best friend, and so that was our first. Like that's the last time we went.
Yeah, like public meeting.
Yeah, so it was fun. So we had a fun time. So yes, we got that yesterday. So it was a good day. Now we'll go home and go get coffee.
Crank out some pool.
Are you driving?
Yeah, I'll drive now. I just needed research
Greg,
time.
Greg always drives, which is fine. Like husbands drive, right? Not always. Some wives drive, but most of the time husband drives. So then today's like, babe, do you want to drive?
Most of the time, husbands drive. Imagine making jobs in your marriage gender-based. So you have to do a certain job based on your gender. That's Amy's life.
I'm like, do you want me to drive?
I want to have full responsibility.
Yeah, if something happens, then it's your fault, not mine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna order coffee online, I think, right now. Because we can do that. Coffee right there.
Amy, your constant trips to get coffee at Starbucks is not a flex. You could be saving the money, buy yourself an espresso machine, and make your own iced coffees at home. You could be saving the money, and that would be a flex. All of those sugars in those drinks, you do not need them. You and Greg are increasing your risk of heart disease and diabetes by eating all of those sugary drinks and filling your fridge up with sugary drinks.
Okay, we are home now. We're trying to find sprinklers because like
So hilarious.
we're like what? Are you ready? We're like
Well, we have an irrigation system. We know this because we've seen a few of the little sprinkler heads here and there.
yeah.
So we're looking around the neighborhood.
Why is everybody's grass so
Some
great?
yards have like multiple little pods everywhere.
Right.
Some have not.
Yeah.
But you're
Except
like
for-
stepping on the grass.
And then we're like, this is like squishy.
And
Oh, look at there it is.
There's a sprinkler head.
Oh my
I don't
goodness.
see a sprinkler
Yeah, like
head.
our grass. We thought like Michigan, cut your grass short.
Yeah.
I
It
just
doesn't
see a
look like it,
hole.
But it does. You were right, people. It does burn. So look at that.
So
Imagine being 50 years old and not knowing that you have to not only not mow your grass too short, but that you have to water your grass. Imagine being 50 and moving into a home and not checking if that home had any type of irrigation system, or even checking where the hose was so that you can make sure you water your yard. Imagine.
one sprinkler head exposed.
So one's there.
That's
You
not a
just step in it
sprinkler
with a
head.
hose.
It's a hole.
Look at that.
It's a
Yeah,
pipe.
so
I don't know if this is it.
how does that work?
Oh, it looks like it may be missing something.
It definitely
See
looks like
that?
it's missing something.
Now we're gonna
Got them
now we're walking
sprinkled.
along till we find the next one. Where's the pot of grass?
It's
Oh my gosh,
almost
I don't
as
know.
if Greg didn't
Feels like a
even
sinkhole is
walk
what I feel like
around
when you're walking
this
Don't
around.
house
say
or
that.
I feel like the
yard.
ground's just gonna move out from underneath you.
So I guess what we could do is who's got
them? Here's one right here, babe.
Let's measure in between.
Imagine
Just
what they
sure
look
what
like
we're
out
going
here
to standard.
doing this
Oh, look at
to
that
their
house. Is it there?
neighbors.
Or
Yep.
no, that's cemented.
Yeah, but see, that's
The Beverly
sprinkler
Hillbilly
head
theme
on it.
song
Oh,
comes to
speaking of
mind
Yeah, ours
right
will
now.
be like this too once I unearth them.
Okay. So
But
there, how
that's
far?
like-
That's what, 1, 2, 3 panels?
1 foot.
Big sinkhole. Look at right there. Lift the whole piece of grass up.
Well, I don't
No,
want
that's
to in
pretty
case
cute,
I'm
babe.
off.
I can't wait until we see the yard and it's got like 3-foot holes all over, dug all over in it, just 3-foot holes. I can't wait for it.
Was I right?
No.
No.
I can't really tell. It's so
They're
far
probably like a
down.
screwdriver.
Yeah, it's just stick a screwdriver or something.
I don't put my nails in there.
That's a project for a little bit
Another
later.
day. Find this
But then
things.
we're gonna have some.
Because we got them on the yard
We're
somewhere.
gonna be in the yard too.
Yeah, so we let ours get a little brown, but that's okay. We're gonna get there. But there's some up here too. Like there's a hose right there. There's like a
Oh, I found another one.
honey, good job, Michelle the lizard. Look at that. That's so weird. Yeah, I found another one. Our grass will be watered. Is it missing?
I don't think so.
How do you not? I guess you never would water your
It
grass
is.
then.
See it down there?
Okay. Not really, but there it is.
She don't see nothing. I don't see nothing. He doesn't even see nothing.
Your camera down. See
Oh,
that?
there it is. Yep.
Oh, there we go.
Is it like?
Yeah, see,
That is
it's got the centerpiece.
I'm looking. I still see nothing, Greg.
Okay.
So we're just gonna have to.
Turn it on and see where it floods in the yard the most.
Right.
What does it still has the centerpiece mean, Greg? Does that mean it has a working head on it? Does that mean it needs a head? Does that mean you even know what that is?
And then they have like lights everywhere, but I don't think the lights work. I haven't been able to find. There's like light switch, like all these lights.
Why?
So there's a light switch inside.
Honey, this is like big news.
I-
We have irrigation and sprinkler head.
Would not be big news, Greg, if you actually inspected the house. This would all be old news, and you would know how to turn them on for her.
And our grass won't be dead anymore.
I just forgot, or I didn't even know. It's like Michigan. We maybe watered our grass. Actually, we never did. Just let the rain do it.
Mm-hmm.
North Carolina.
I've never met a 50-year-old guy that doesn't know he has to water his grass. Ever in my life.
You don't do it at all because there's so much rain. So I was like, surely. Right now, yeah, no.
Well, to me, it's a weird thing that
you have to water.
you would have a yard with irrigation in it and sprinkler heads all over it, and you would just let it
not use it. So then another thing.
Well, it's amazing to me that you'd get a brand new pool for your family and then tear it apart. Amazing.
Yeah.
So, like, can you eat those? Like, remember how it's expensive acacia bowls or whatever
Acacia.
they are? Acai. That's how they. How do you say it?
This lady said acacia bowls.
Acai bowls. That's how you say it. Acai. It's a weird word.
Okay.
So is that.
It saddens me, Amy, that you are your children's only source of education. It saddens me. For our entire country's future. For the world's future.
At those? I don't know.
I think it is because that's what it looks like the most.
So do I send Greg up to the tree, get those down, and we can sell those? I don't know.
We could eat them.
We could eat them. That's just a lot of. So these are all over the ground here. We could. So that's all here. We gotta do some weeding. I need some.
We're using them because that one's missing the sprinkler
Right.
head.
It's so weird. It's like look at just like dead around the tree here. Would that be from the tree?
I bet you
Dead.
Carts and all work again.
$50 later or whatever, we'll have her.
I'll bet you $15 that $50 later, Greg has your yard tore up.
I'm sure they would sell the sprinkler stuff
Probably right at Lowe's.
right at Lowe's Home Supply.
Okay, there we go. That's another project. Right now, we're going to rely on God. Remember, Mr. Davidson, he just said, no, we rely on God to bring the rain. And I'm like, okay, that's our theory. We're relying on God to keep our grass green. And I don't think it's happening right now. That's okay. Upstairs.
Rely on God to keep your marriage happy also, Amy. See where that gets you.
And work up there, which was what I thought I was going to do today. Then I'm like, do I want to do that? So I'm...
Do you want to do something that isn't for you? Let me guess. Nope.
I will this week. I do have other things to do this week. So I'm thinking that I looked at my bedroom, like my bedroom and bathroom is a mess. I need to do something.
Amy, you're turning orange. It's very dangerous for high levels of sun. You need to wear sunscreen. Your face is showing tremendous signs of aging in the last just 2 months that you've been in Florida. Wear sunscreen, get yourself a sun hat, and start covering up more. You need to take care of your skin. Your skin is the biggest organ in your body, and it needs moisture, and it needs protection. Please protect your skin.
In here, so I thought, why don't I come pick up my bedroom and then like finish my day up, make sure dinner's made, all that kind of stuff. And then like tomorrow's going to be shopping. So I'll probably just do shopping around maybe 5 times in between. I might start working up there. And then same thing Wednesday, I might work up there. So I'm thinking to not do any more upstairs. I've got the chair up there for to do the light bulbs or the stuff still up there. And then I'm just thinking, I'm like, you know what, let's do that another day and maybe later. I don't know. I'd like to get outside. I'd love to be outside working, doing stuff out there. We have a lot of outside stuff to do too. And not bring my camera, just film just because we're together talking, hanging out. So I'm thinking that is my goal. But my room is a mess. It's a big mess. So I need to clean it up, get her made. And we were just talking about like our house and what we're going to do and like just plans for like our bedrooms, things like that. And I'm like, you know, like all these long-term goals of what we want to have in our house. So I'm like, you know, everything's going to take time and everything is going to take time. He's like, I can start painting. I can do all these things. I'm like, I have like a whole list of little things to do. I'm like, why don't we focus on all those little things and painting like eventually, like I'll stare at the blue wall.
Little things like tearing your pool apart.
Enough then go, oh, it's time to change them. But for now, I'm thinking, I think it's going to be good enough to keep it. So I'm thinking that's good. So we're looking at your room. There's a mess everywhere. So the best thing to do is clean, make your bed. Then you got a good ample working space for everything else. Bought this at TJ Maxx. I thought this would be really nice. So in my head, I thought this would be really nice because it's just lighter to cover the bed. But then when I brought it home, I like looked at it with the colors in my room here, and I feel like the walls are
You did not need to explain this to us for 20 minutes. This is the second or third time you've talked about this blanket not being right for your room. Just get over it, Amy. It didn't work. Move on. We don't need 20 minutes in your vlog about this mistake. It's ridiculous.
Too green to have it. So I'm going to take it back. I'm not even going to open it. Too short. And I thought, are they good enough? Yeah, but the boys could use those in their room. Boys are.
So those.
And we thought the nightstands.
The nightstands.
I thought they were okay.
Amy, the nightstands are what made me make this video. Those nightstands. I was screaming when you put those nightstands together because they were obviously too small. They were obviously too small when you ordered them that you did not properly measure them for. You tried to get the cheapest ones that you could get. I don't know why. I have no idea why you're being cheap with things in your house, but you are. Just like those ugly theater chairs in your bedroom, they do not go. They don't fit in your house. Throw them away. Sometimes you have to bite the bullet and throw things away. Those little nightstands are a perfect example of buying things you don't need.
Like, they're just too short. And I thought, are they good enough? Yeah, but the boys could use those in their room. Boys are hard on things. And so I was thinking, why don't we,
Amy, stop saying boys are anything. Your boys are hard on things. Boys are not hard on things. I know many boys that are not hard at all. They treat everything with respect, and they're kind, and they're loving, and they're generous. They're the exact opposite of what you say your boys are. Stop generalizing every male child to be the failure that you think your boys are.
The dresser up in their room, our long one, my thought was they would use that whole dresser for like all their Legos and everything, but I realized all they do is throw junk on it. And it's not utilized at all as a dresser. So I'm thinking to go back to their closet is pretty much empty except for some shirts on top. And I'm like, they have a whole empty space in there. So why don't I just go back to like cubes for them in the closet? They would be happy. And then that frees up their floor space, move the beds around a little bit, and then give them these little nightstands because they have things to plug in. They'll gouge it with their knives. Boys, they'll put paint on it, whatever else.
They'll gouge it with their knives. Amy, your boys are destructive. Not all boys are destructive. That is not normal. If you think it is, it's because your boys are not normal and you are trying to normalize it. Your girls should not have to clean up after your boys. Gender does not decide who has to do things in a household, and it never should.
And then, in time, and then in here, get like a solid bed and the right nightstands that we want to have that match it. And then we'll do our TV in here, get like a...
Why wouldn't you get your bedroom set before you tore the pool apart? Wouldn't you want your bedroom and your living room and your theater room to be nice for you and your kids?
We're not going to do dressers, so like some kind of table that would match all of that. And I'm thinking that would be good. But for now, we'll have Mod Podge until we figured it out. But I was like, and so then I'm thinking bedding. I'm like, I was thinking to accent in purple, but I'm like, because that's my favorite color. But I'm like, it's not very light and airy. So then I'm like, so many decisions. But this was purchased on a whim. And I'm thinking I'm not even going to use it.
Everything you do is on a whim, and that is why you're tired. You do not plan your food anymore. You do not plan your schooling. You do not plan your YouTube. And that is why you are always tired.
Now, I do have a white one upstairs. So I'm going to run upstairs and go get that and just put that in bed because it's just a light blanket because it's hot, it's warm, and this big fluffy thing is great. House is cool. We keep it on 72, but I'm just thinking that would just be a lot less on there. So that's my thought process in here. It's like you think, that's why I don't want to like decorate it with some glass bag and put stuff on the walls. I'm like, I put up the stuff that we had, and then now I'm going to stare at it and go, I don't even like that. Like, let's take that down, or let's do something different. I want to go into, I think there's a huge at home. I didn't realize that was a home decor store. So
I'd love to go in there and just look and just think and dream and go, all right, let's do this in here or do that. But that's time. Like, I have so many other things in line before.
Imagine if you would have thought this through and had time to think this through before your move. There were tons of people in your comments, Amy, telling you to leave your mountain decor in the mountains, that none of it would fit in a beach house. And you said, I love my decorations. I love my couch. And now your couch doesn't fit, and your bed doesn't look good, and your entire house has no decorations. And you wasted all that money driving all of those items down in the U-Haul. You just wasted the money.
For that, like, that's the least of my concerns. Like right now I'm staring at speckling with a hole in the wall here, and I'm like, I should paint that. But I'm like, that's not like on my forefront right now. It's like, yes, you see my life and you see all the holes in the wall, but the average person does not. It's like we had a security system, and there was right there on the wall. We took it.
Wait a second. You have a hole in the wall from a security system, and you literally just went to Lowe's today. For less than $50, you could have fixed that hole. This is in your master bedroom. This is where you and Greg have to look at every single day and night. Wow.
No, because we moved to other places, and I'm like, I'll be staring at that forever until I think cover that up. But it's just like, I'm just not ready there. You know what I mean? So let me go right upstairs, get the other blanket, and then we'll put it on here. So at least it's thinner. It'll work. I'm going to take the other one back. I'll do TJ Maxx tomorrow, I think, with Maddie, and take that back, and we're good. So I'll be back in a minute. Where the white blanket is, I got to look in here. I thought it was upstairs.
That's the Greg blanket back there from when he was all alone in his apartment for 8 months without his kids or his wife.
I just have to dig deeper. Then I saw this one. I'm like, okay, Greg used this one at the apartments. I'm like, let me see what that looks like on there. It doesn't even fit, so it's much smaller. So let me go check my closet. I did find it. It was up there. I'm like,
yay, she found it.
I have to get up there and do some cleaning. It will happen this week, just not today. So this is just a white one. I think just something lighter would be great because it's warm here. Looking for the bed, but I don't know. The white, obviously everybody loves white, but white is so hard to keep clean. It fades, it gets dingy, all that stuff. Good for now, I think. Like, I love my cooling sheets. They get dirty. You eat food in bed. You know how that is. So, like, I bought some at TJ Maxx. I just bought these. But I feel like I just bought these Rachel Zoe ones. But it's like, and they.
I'll say it one more time, Amy. Buy nice or buy twice. You sleep on your sheets every night. You don't want trash. Buy nice sheets.
They were $40, but I hate to put them on and go, oh, it's not that awesome. I'd rather just buy some good quality ones. So these are going to go back. So I'm going to take that back with this blanket and then be good. But it, like I said, it's time to change things. I just don't know why yet. So let's just do, and saw Greg and I was like, do we even need the duvet? And he's like, honey, we're in Florida. I'm like, yeah, but do we really need it ever? So
okay, did you really need to have a confirmation about a blanket with your husband and then have a relay of said confirmation conversation to us? Amy, your videos are full of nonsense that make people not want to watch you. People that have been watching you for many, many years.
He said, let's do a trial run. Let's see how well the thinner blanket does, and then you can go from there to purchase whatever you want. I'm like, that sounds good. So I'm going to restock the fridge here. The kids, we did a lot of sodas. Like they did last week. We went out, so we had everybody grab a soda, and then we did, and that's 6 gone, and 8 of us, everybody. And then this week and on Sunday, I took the girls, and then I was like, can we have slushies? And I'm like,
this is very hard to watch, but I left it in here so that everybody could see how ludicrous it is, how she puts these in here. First of all, just how she stocks the fridge is ludicrous. She has no rhyme or reason. They're not matching. She doesn't put any of the kinds together. She just shoves them in here. She's not paying attention. They fall all over. It's loud. When you're wearing a headphone with Amy, she blares your ears right out of your head. It's crazy. Not to mention, Amy, full sugar soda is horrible for your family. What are you thinking?
I don't think I'm going to make a whole slushy for just a few kids. So then
And you don't want to make slushies for the kids, but the slushies are the same as sodas. It's full sugar. It's the same.
Greg said, just go get a soda. So they did that. So now, soda have been low. So I'm going to fill these up here. I'm just thinking, let me just get done with my room here, and I think I'll be happy. Cleaning wise, because I was going to make refried beans. I might put those in my slow cooker overnight and then deal with them tomorrow morning.
She will not make those refried beans. Amy does not make beans.
Which would be kind of nice. I did, I like making refried beans. I love doing it in my slow cooker. I did them for years in my slow cooker overnight, and then just woke up in the morning and pureed them. I like that refried beans, pinto beans. And then I got rid of my slow cooker and just got the...
She cooks pinto beans in a slow cooker, puts them in the freezer, and calls them refried beans. Amy, it's called refried because they're actually fried. If you're making the pinto beans in the crock pot, they're not refried beans yet.
Pressure cooker, well, every time I went to make my beans, they just did not turn out perfect every time. So I kind of grew out of making them because it was such a hassle. So now that I get rid of my pressure cooker and I have my slow cooker, I feel like I'm going to go back to, I know I'm going to go back to making that because we have a lot of tortillas and we're into easy meals. Food, yes, it's just it's hot, so you just change your mindset of food. We're still making pastas, we're still making soup. I mean, those are all things we still eat, but sometimes it's easy just to make a quesadilla. So they love refried beans and cheese on a tortilla. So I thought, why don't I make some beans?
Why didn't you stick them in the back first and then work from the back out, Amy? Why are you trying to stick sodas behind the other sodas? Why?
Because I don't have any, and then we'll always have those in the freezer to make something. So I'm thinking.
And you are not in luck if you want a specific type of soda in this refrigerator, because you might think that all the Vernors are gone, but there's one hiding in the very back.
I'll probably do that tonight, and then that way we could use them when part of my room is done for.
She had to stock the fridge up good to keep her husband happy. Make sure there's lots of energy drinks in there that will increase his risk of heart attack and stroke. Good job, Amy. Thumbs up for the day.
No. And then something else I bought yesterday was a new bed for Maxine to match, and then I picked her up a squirrel instead of, I always buy her hedgehog, so I thought squirrel would work for her. So I'm gonna it's on the top floor and just spreads up, so I know she's hot. So I'm thinking, but she likes to lay in a comfy bed, and she doesn't really lay on the couch anymore.
I wouldn't lay on the couch either. It has pin cushions coming out of it. You literally call it the pin cushion.
Like our old house, she would lay on the couch. So she doesn't really lay on the couch. So I thought, let me do this. Put this down there. And I'll put that out there for her bed, and then she can lay out there whenever she wants to. Not a normal messy person by nature. I do have messes, but there is a mess. I've got laundry. I just threw it on the theater chair, so I didn't. I think someone brought her basket in here, and I didn't want to put it in the closet because I didn't want to myself or Greg to mistake it for dirty laundry. So I just threw it on the theater chairs. I'm okay, I need to do something with that. So that stuff I'm going to put away. We grabbed a bunch of these flyers because we are all about becoming a tourist in your own town. We did that in the mountains, and we got.
I can think of several places in Florida you should visit. Cape Canaveral, Miami, Orlando to see Disney World, Tampa. None of those little books you have of free trips and historical sites are what we or your children want to see, Amy. Why don't you invest into some quality family time and head on over to Tampa, Miami, the Keys, like I said, Cape Canaveral, Orlando, somewhere fun for the family. I know school's not starting soon for you guys, so why don't you take a little trip?
So much stuff to do, which was awesome. So anytime we go somewhere, we always grab these and we go check everything out. I know we lived in North Carolina, like Jocassee. Is that not the prettiest place on earth? Yeah. But I remember talking to most local people, most of them had never even gone there. And I'm it's an hour away from your house and it is the prettiest place on earth. So just different, just not so, but we always look for 1,000 things to do. So that's what we got. I'm just cleaning my
They look for 1,000 things to do. Doesn't mean they do 1,000 things.
bathroom up real quick. There's just a lot of stuff because we've been in and out working everywhere. Just picking up the laundry, wiping it down real quick. And then I'm like, no, I have to clean the shower. I feel like I did not even do that last week.
You're not cleaning the shower. You didn't clean the shower, but yet you talk about cleaning the shower. Why? Why mention the shower? You didn't clean it. It's dirty. Why tell us about it?
I probably did not. So I'm thinking I will just put the stuff in here, and tomorrow morning, right before I get out, that's what I will do is clean my.
And shouldn't you clean the shower before you take your shower? If you clean the shower after you take your shower, you're going to get sweaty again. You might get bleach on you. You might get the dirty on you. But if you clean the shower first and then wash your bod off, that makes more sense to me.
Shower. It goes all the way upstairs. I just got to get that soap off the top. That worked. It's filled up. We have a soap dispenser on
She was so proud of herself. You want to clap, Amy?
here, and you just pour it into there, and then it's set and just dispenses the soap for you. I had to throw a pot in there, but I was like, that'll be fine to have extra.
You threw a pot in, and it's okay. There'll be extra. Amy, everything's not just okay. You always think everything is okay, and then something bad happens.
So it's good. So I'm all done now. I'm gonna put my stuff away here. The floor is mopping with the vacuum, so I don't even have to do that when I wash my hands because there was stuff all over there. And then we'll see what else to do. Okay, taking a break from inside the house. I thought I'd come out and see what Greg is doing out here. So let's check out the update progress.
Sunglasses, Amy. You need sunglasses or you are going to destroy your eyes. Sunblock. You need sunblock or you are going to get sun cancer.
Of the pool. How is the pool progress going, babe?
Amazing. So we've had the water line drop down about 4 feet below the tile down there, and just gave it a few good days to dry out. The next phase.
But you need to see immediate results.
I need to see something, some kind of motivation. Some beauty that it's what it's going to look like. That I'm heading in the right direction.
Right.
What I'm doing is going to work. Because it's a big thing. It's like you think you get the right thin set and you put it down there, and then you put your tiles in there. You do the whole entire pool.
And then you come out and then all the go in the pool.
Look at this guy. Look at this guy right here. This is the guy that is giving you pool tips, design tips, this overgrown 50-year-old toddler in a hat that is too small for him.
In the pool of water and the tiles start letting go.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
So it's kind of like checking the quality of the product. That
Sure, and make sure it's working.
Good. So everything I'm seeing so far, I'm happy with.
Very good.
Yeah. So the corners were a little bit cracked out and broken in here and there. Not like any.
Once again, I have to ask, where was the inspector? This house was supposedly just inspected less than 3 months ago.
Not like a
Huge.
nothing structural.
Like the corner over here we replaced.
Yeah, the stone. But the stonework underneath, the masonry work underneath is fine.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm up to, baby. It's just
Well, I love it. Doesn't the
going
pool?
through and just looking it all over really good, making sure if there's any weak spots, taking care of those so we can have another 15 years of trouble.
That'll be.
Why didn't you do that before you paid $650,000 for a house that you had to fix the pool up?
Awesome.
Yeah, and then I'm really super stoked because we got a nice light silver.
Yes.
cloud that's gonna go in.
Because you can see that looks like white over there. That would be.
Yep, and it's a little bit yellower. It's not like a bright light,
Sure.
but it's the
But
it's
you
the
can
vacuum
see
light
how it would
inset.
draw attention to the bottom versus the gray on top, where if you don't really see it.
Yeah, it pulls your eyes down into this.
Yeah.
It like forces your eyes back.
Oh, he's going to give us another design lesson.
Light silver. So
It's gonna be up, yeah.
Stonework. And then once we
You got to wear your flip-flops in the pool or else you'll cut yourself on all that glass.
And then we'll hit it with the leaf blower, clear all the debris out of it, and then we've got a stone seal to go around
On
there.
the top, right?
So it's going to darken the top a little bit. It's going to kind of pull the lights out, and then that light gray grout through there is just going to like
Pop.
Look at all that tile. Look at all that tile in there. That's all tile. Their filter is gone. They are going to destroy their filter with all this debris.
And do good.
Really, really good tied into the top. So we hope.
It's going to look awesome. I'm going to get those little cushions. I figure I'd get some navy ones on there, and that'll be nice. Because our house color,
Yeah, because we're planning on changing.
we're going to change our shutters. Or navy. Or not, I'm sorry. They're turquoisey teal. Like inside, we're going to change them to navy. And paint the house, too. We're going to do like a gray, light gray.
Yeah, make the house darker, Amy. It's hot outside. Make the house a dark color so the house could be even darker. Good thinking.
Light gray, and then the navy blue. So that'll look really good.
Yeah, and then that's going to look really cool.
With the pool.
On the front of the house, we've got like recess panels.
Yes.
You know, like little codes.
Yeah, like we have.
And stuff.
We don't have
But
any
that
back
don't
here.
seem too
I'll
much.
say we don't really see them back here. Yeah, like
But on the front of the house,
you can see them. So it's
So we're gonna do, you know, either like blue accents,
right.
to make those
Pop a little bit.
panels pop. But yeah, so that's why I wanted such a drastic
The blue.
difference in the pool.
Did you know that in most HOAs, before you do any type of work like this, you are supposed to receive a approval?
Only like
I like navy too.
I like the cobalt blues
Yeah.
and the grays and all that stuff.
I think this looked nice.
Yeah, but it didn't go with.
By the time next year rolls around, there's going to be white streaks on this from the salt water. It's going to be crazy.
You know, the house, but
We're changing all slowly. That's what I was talking about inside. I'm like,
this winter-
my house is gonna be all mismatched for a little bit until I like get what I want to have in there. So
Yeah,
it's gonna be good. So all these right here, I think I might come out and be scooping the treasure spots up there. So all we do is scoop it up with a dustpan and put it in a box.
I couldn't even imagine having that much grout and tile in my pool and then still getting in there and swimming and allowing my children to swim in there.
It's awesome. Like we have salt water. Like people talk about getting algae. Like we haven't had any issues in our pool at all with the 100-degree heat. Like it's been amazing.
Yeah,
We basically run the pump and it's been really good.
Yeah, and we have the chlorine generator.
Okay.
You know, over there.
Yeah, which is so weird because it
So-
changes salt to chlorine.
Yeah, and it lets you know your balance, and you can hold a couple buttons and check the life of the chlorinator.
That's pretty
and
awesome.
Stuff like that. We got the cleaning kit that comes with it, the whole nine.
It's like so easy. I'm like, don't you just literally run the filter? Unless like this has been off and it's like not even yucky.
No, but I think I literally put it on.
Amy bought this house and bought this pool because she wanted a pool, and she does not understand anything about her filter. Like, she does not understand what she has. And when Greg leaves, again, Amy's going to be on her own with this pool, and it is going to be crazy.
Like maybe the
Second one. Yeah, and it's been,
generation, and it's been
it smells like chlorine, which is so
yeah,
weird.
salt levels.
Greg looks like he might have on a bulletproof vest right here. I know he doesn't, but it looks like it.
It's perfect. So we're gonna get a nice long life out of it.
Yeah. So we'll get in here. We got the level low now. You can turn it on still, but he wanted to get these ones out.
Yeah.
He's debating, do I keep going down and down? But I'm like, I don't even know if you'd even see those at the bottom too much. You
Probably
will.
Not too much, but I think it would make a big
Yeah.
difference. I
So
think
he
it'll make a
might.
difference having that.
Yeah, and if you tear those out, then you won't be able to put the water up that high. So you'll have 4 inches of water in your pool to go splash around in until those dry completely.
He might scoop all those out, because we have them on the other side too.
Yeah.
For the seats over there.
Yeah.
So we'll see how much.
It's kind of like life. You know, life is a rowdy pool.
Right. So it's like you're gonna be out here all the time.
In and out all day.
Oh yeah.
You know, like as we find friends and different things like that for them, it's going to become
Like the central focus,
yeah,
because
like our central focus.
that's like our house is not huge. I mean, it's
Right.
big, but it's not like.
You guys just told us that it was 100 degrees at 10 a.m. This pool during the summertime is not going to be your central focus. You cannot send your kids out to play in this dang pool, no matter how beautiful it is, when it's 115 degrees outside with humidity. You can't do it. That was dumb. Invest your money in the house where they're probably going to spend most of their time because there's air conditioning.
Huge entertainment. It's like going to be
we got
outside.
The game room upstairs.
Yeah.
This is what we do. So last year we left a lot of water in here, about a foot. We scooped out. This year we got all of it out. Did the
what's that called? Snaking it out, right? Siphoning, that's the word. Literally takes an hour. People say cover, it's amazing, but really, this really doesn't take long. Gives the kids something to do, you know. And the leaves all out, they're doing great.
Puke.
It's gonna be out here, hangout zone.
That was their old pool, guys. This is all from a woman and a man who already do not know how to take care of even a pop-up Intex pool.
We got like the popcorn machine out
Right.
there, the slushy maker. You know, we got all. We're gonna build a
Yeah, the kitchen over there is gonna be our whole outdoor kitchen.
Yep,
We just
So this is just temporary stuff here and there.
we just ordered a
That pool looks dirty.
like the griddle, the outdoor griddle. So I'm getting all the pieces in play, and then that's my inspiration for Greg to go, okay, time to build it all in.
I bet you need a HOA approval to build all that in also.
More construction.
So for now it's all pieces, but it is going to have all the pieces in there
Mm-hmm.
eventually. So it's good. So we're just working away on the little stuff here. It's going to be a little mess until the work in progress is good.
Oh, yeah.
But it looks great though.
We figured with this being such
I think it's going to be a mess for a long time.
the central location for us,
Yeah.
kids and stuff, for entertaining, and we would just go ahead and take care of this.
And get done with it. Yeah. And so we just don't go swimming for a few days.
For a few days, you guys took the pool away for the whole summer. The whole summer.
I think we'll survive.
I think so.
We're going to do the beach, so I think that'll be really nice.
Yeah, that'll be good. So
Oh, Maxine's stuck in the wire fence. What are you doing over here? She's like, hold on. Wait.
Maxine is going to hurt somebody or get hurt. You need to figure something out with Maxine. Perhaps some doggy daycare or doggy obedience classes, something.
You get out of there. Out of there. Okay, we're going to do something about that there.
Yeah, you need to.
Oh, Maxine, she just wants to eat the neighbor dog. Had a thought, because like all the fences like down in the back, and your option is what? Put a little wire fence in front? So we thought, why don't we put like raised garden beds all along the back? Greg's gonna do his palm trees and stuff. So in the future, we'll see, just to like get rid of that big giant hole back there.
we've got ideas.
Yeah, because garden beds worked last time, Amy. You did great with those garden beds.
We got lots of ideas. So, but for today, it's pool. These are our glass tiles. Looking great. So nice.
Can you imagine the salt buildup on that? It's going to be pretty bad, guys. Anyway, that was it, guys. This was her entire hour-and-a-half vlog. I edited it down. So we didn't even have to watch it all. Next time, we will not watch as much. I just had some things I really needed to say to Amy. Like I said, I've been watching for so many years. It's just time that somebody speaks back to Amy. She's been waiting on it. So Amy, I hope that some of this reaches you, and I hope it helps. Have a great day, neighbors, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Okay, babe. Do your thing. I'm going to go back in. Go to it. I'm going in.
Come back.
I will. I started editing today's video and I'm like, wow, it's a long video. You have an hour and a half. So I'm going to finish filming for today because that's plenty of footage for you for today. That's a long video. If you stayed through this video, yay for you. But if not, that's okay too.
If you stayed through this video, yay for you. Enjoy yourself, neighbors. Bye.